Good.
Sounds like, I know Kathy, so sounds like it's a level playing field.
That's true.
I know Kathy always says, I don't cook.
I do not
you
cook.
cook because you have to.
I cook because I have to.
Right.
And I think that's good. I think that's good. It's not intimidating for my clients when they come in and they don't have to cook gourmet, right?
Right.
They can just, the basics, that's all you need to know.
And of course, you are a nutritionist and you have a company called Eat Real Therapy.
I do.
Right. And together you have a company called Fit to Eat.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So when we come back, we're going to open up the basket of ingredients. Stay tuned to Scoff Off.
For me, it was all the focus about winning. Kathy was trying to throw me off, definitely, with the beer. Usually would work, but I had to focus for this 20 minutes.
Well, you know, we're family.
Welcome back to Scoff Off. Okay, guys, before we open the basket, I gotta go over some rules. There's 30 points in total, 10 for taste, 10 for presentation, and 10 for the use of your basket ingredients. So you have to use some of everything in there, but you don't have to use everything that's in there if you don't want to. And of course, there's the pantry behind us, and you can enhance your basket with that, or whatever's in the fridge. All right, and your pots and pans are right here. Okay. So if you are ready, let's open the basket. Yay, it's go time.
You're going down.
Can't even open the basket.
Talking already. Okay. So.
Oh, this is good.
Okay. So we have
not
a
good, man.
slaw, a broccoli slaw,
Brenda, I love you.
turmeric, salmon, and eggs. Now they're raw. Be careful. They're raw eggs. Okay. So gather your thoughts together. It's time to scoff off.
I love all those ingredients. They're some of the most healthy ingredients. They're the best. I love cooking with them.
Started salmon, cook a lot of salmon at home, got lucky with that one. But then, what do I do with the salmon in only 20 minutes? Yeah, there's a little bit of a struggle there.
Now, see all those healthy choices I put in there?
It's great.
What?
I feel this is
See,
rigged
I've
already.
been learning. I've been learning something. I've been learning from Kathy.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. So, Evan, you're from Dumbville, right?
Correct.
Right. And so, what got you into? Like, I know you played basketball. Did you? You played at Mon, right?
Yes.
Played for the Seahawks.
Yeah, played for Seahawks for 5 years.
And did you consider doing basketball as a profession and getting into it?
No, not the basketball part. Plan was to be a teacher.
Yep.
That didn't work out, so I actually got hard on a good life at that time.
You were going to be a teacher?
I was going to be a teacher. Imagine that, me with kids.
Sure, he's a teacher now.
Well, that's true.
I'm
That's
sorry,
a very good
but,
point.
But not with kids.
Well, okay.
So that was the plan.
I could have used that.
Even though
as-
you're a parent.
I could have used that as a
Yeah, they're
kid.
my own kids.
By the way, I could have used that one-on-one coaching for a healthy lifestyle when I was a kid.
Right? I
That's where it
know.
starts, right?
It really is. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I was-
At this age, we don't know.
Some of
how
it
to
is
eat
your
it.
some of it is your metabolism or your makeup too, because I grew up in the
Genetics.
same house with my sister, and she's like a straw, and I was like, you know, we were number 10 together. She was the 1, and I was the 0.
My sister, my brother, nicknamed Bones.
Right.
And I was the chubby kid.
Yeah, you were never chubby. I know you as a kid. Sorry, I was chubby.
I was chubby compared to them.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that much. But anyway, back to you, Evan.
I'm here too. Yeah, so that was the plan, but I got working with Good Life. Got into the personal training industry about 15 years ago. And now I'm here running my own company, partnering with Kathy for Fit to Eat. And everything's going great from there.
And you have kids, and your
3
wife
kids.
is in business with you too, right?
Yeah, so Brittany oversees the business side of this, where I do the training side of this.
Right.
And so she keeps everything straight and narrow, where I can do the day-to-day activities with
I'm the
clients.
same with my husband. I'm in business with my husband, and I do all the hard work too.
Okay, yeah. She tells me the same thing. She's asking me to do stuff.
I'm joking with you. It does take 2 people to make it work.
It is. We
sometimes.
decided to go. Oh, here we go. We decided to go all
Turn more
in.
to your left to turn it down.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we decided to go all in on this one. Like you just said, it takes a whole family to do this. So that was the big focus with us, was to 3 kids, get that home life straightened out with a business.
Right.
And we just took off from there.
3 kids under age 6. His poor wife.
So, and of course, you're also were a strength and conditioning coach with The Edge too, right?
Yeah, I was lucky enough that inaugural year I get to work with The Edge for that year.
That's pretty cool.
Currently 4 years in now working at Mon with the basketball teams there.
Right.
So things are progressing
What
very
position
well.
did you play in basketball?
Always a guard.
Guard?
Guard, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Did you play basketball, Kathy?
No.
No?
That,
You were in gymnastics.
gymnastics. I'm a one-trick pony. I train so much gymnastics, that's all I know how to do.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah, I know.
That keeps you, that's like a pre-yoga kind of thing.
What a very good point. And you know what? I'm glad that this is not a basketball competition because I would be losing.
I played basketball as well when I was a kid. I really liked it. I like that endurance running thing.
Well, you're competitive too, so I think
Yeah.
you like anything with a little bit of competition.
Right, you want to turn your brain down just a little tiny
Thank
bit, I
you.
think. Just a little smidgen.
It helps.
could smell smoke. Thought it was me at first. Luckily, it was Kathy.
That might have come from my pan.
And so, Kathy, you and I are like not first cousins, second cousins. Your dad and my dad are certainly first cousins.
Yes.
And your grandmother was, she ended up raising my dad basically because his mom died when he was young, and she's one of the oldest. So she was like my grandmother too. So we've got that in common.
We do.
Oh, and
you remind me of my grandmother,
Yeah,
who
she-
is, the matriarch, I think, of the O'Reillys, right?
100%, yes. I mean, even though she was housebound for many years because of her arthritis, she could run the world from that corner of her living room.
She really could hardly walk ever.
But she would. Now, Dad reminds me of her now because he's a little more feeble as he's getting older. It reminds me of her because he's on top of everything, he knows what's going on, and he's in tune with everything.
listen.
And yeah,
You listen. They have something to say. You're going to do it.
so great family, big family that that passed down a lot of hard work ethic to us. So I know how hard you
Very
work.
much.
And of course, you were in gymnastics as a child, and you've got one daughter, right?
I do. Lucy, she's 8.
Beautiful.
She is so beautiful.
Yeah, she's really cute. And so, what got you into nutrition now? Because this is like a second career for you.
Well, this is exactly what happened. I struggled with dieting my whole life. I was always, I was the fat kid in the family. It wasn't fat, big, but in comparison to them and to my sister and my brother, and I did, finish their food, in fairness. But I mean, who doesn't eat all their French fries anyway, right? Come on. So I think, but then I was training gymnastics. After I stopped training for 20, 25 hours a week, the weight started to come on. Puberty, you get older, and
You weren't working off the calories.
I wasn't anymore. So I started gaining a lot of weight come high school and university years, and it wasn't until I had my daughter, Lucy, which I struggled to have, and now that I look, my lifestyle might have had, something to do with that. But once I had Lucy, her first birthday, I gave her some scrambled eggs. She was allowed eggs, right? For her first birthday. I know, you're looking at my
You're allowed to
salmon.
have eggs today.
Exactly. And eggs are awesome, so healthy. I think the planet's perfect food, eggs. But anyway, did I say eggs a lot? They are a beautiful food. They're inexpensive. They're healthy. Protein, fat. Come on, they're perfect. I put it on her tongue, a little bit of scrambled egg. She spit it out, and I turned around, and 10 seconds later, I looked back, and her little head, new mom,
Yeah.
little head, just like the size of a basketball.
Right.
Huge, and it was frightening.
That was a real scare.
Big scare, allergic reaction, everything was fine. Realized, I think, at that point, right around that time, if it could impact her food, right? This normal food could impact her so big. Was there a continuum, a spectrum, right? And does food actually matter? So I started changing how I ate, and
Right.
I started feeling good.
So you
I
were on a
started
new
feeling really
lifestyle
good.
journey.
Yes, and it all kind of just opened up from there. And I was like, I gotta go back to school and teach this.
Right. And so that's really what it's about, Evan. It's like, I've been a yo-yo up and down all my life, weight person. I've lost a bunch of weight a couple of times and always managed to find it. I didn't lose it for long. I temporarily let it go aside. But until you get into your whole psychology of wanting to make better choices for yourself, I think that's what people don't realize, that it's not just going on a fad diet. And
It's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change.
And the biggest step, the hardest step for everyone to take is
It's
that
to accept
initial
that.
leap.
It's to accept
It's accept, and it's the initial leap of it.
Yeah.
I always say the hardest part of my job is getting someone to take that first step inside the door of a gym.
Right.
Gym's a big scary place for most people, but once they get in, most people don't leave.
Right.
Right?
So I've signed up for your program that you're offering, where you both do. Yes. Well, I've been on your program for a while, which is great. I'm getting there, but I do take a second pause to everything I put in my mouth now, which is fantastic, right?
Yay.
And sadly, I studied nutrition in school, so I should have already been doing that. But anyway, sometimes you need the coaching and the mentoring. You know, sometimes you want a buddy.
You do. I think knowledge is not the issue. I don't think. I think it's more of implementing it. Like, take me by the hand. Help me implement. I know what I should be eating. Like, help me.
There's a, if you can, is that about Wilbur?
I think that
Because there's
I've
one over
used
there
this in the
by,
past,
okay.
but
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
that's
look at
my.
that.
See?
Yeah.
I got some O'Reilly
I
in
know,
me.
that's
I
right.
know how to open up a beer.
She got the church key all figured out.
Well, you know, we're family.
But yeah, can't cook without a beer in the kitchen. This is rule of thumb. Always gotta have a beer in the kitchen while cooking.
So, Evan, so it is about really how you train your mind.
Yes, and our biggest enemy is always ourselves.
Right.
So once we get past that, we get that first step made. I find with clients, it's a whole lot easier once you beat yourself.
And you've been doing some virtual things, which makes people more, like, I'm a very self-conscious person, so this home thing where you're not afraid to be skinny enough to go to a gym. Because a lot of people, that's a fear, right? You go to a gym, you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to go to the gym, and all these fit people, and I'm kind of like...
No, and that's a big fear for a lot of people, and I think COVID allowed some people to get away from that.
Right.
We were lucky enough over COVID, myself personally, before myself and Kathy met, we did an online workout group. For a lot of my clients, I couldn't get to the gym.
Yeah.
A lot of people jumped on board
Keep
with
cooking
that.
while you're talking now, because the time...
Oh no, we're still good.
The time
What
ticks by.
I'm going to do and
Oh,
help
he's so
you.
good.
I'm
See
so
what
good.
they have
Partners
organized.
we are. I'm going to open your beer for you.
Sabotaging somehow. I don't know how, but I'm sure she
swear
is.
to God.
Don't lick the bottle.
So we were lucky enough to get my clients on board. They brought some friends, so we started the business that way for the online world, which is something I never even looked at ever doing in the past. Right, so we were able to build that way.
I know.
And it's been great. The reviews have been great. And then from there, we met up with Kathy, and we went from there.
So, Kathy, we are related.
We
I
are.
just seeing you put the beer bottle to your lips. I'm like, yep.
We are not how I'm cooking,
No,
but
neither.
the drinking. we were talking earlier.
Your
I was
salmon
saying,
looks great,
It
though.
looks good, right?
Doesn't
I
it?
know,
Yeah.
I know.
And so the salmon, like, okay, so I gave you some specific ingredients here today, right? And so I gave you salmon. So tell me about the value of salmon for people who are eating healthy.
Sure. Well, salmon is a
Watch that from burn. I don't burn your
perfect
fingers.
As I'm pouring
source.
syrup on salmon.
Like one of
And you're
the-
putting maple syrup
As
on
I put a
salmon?
little bit of maple syrup on salmon.
Oh, that's yummy.
He's
It
not
is-
the nutritionist.
So, no, exactly.
my side.
But a little bit goes a long way. It's good.
We said the sun, right?
So salmon
Yeah.
is such a good source of protein.
Right.
Like, and we need quality protein. Well, actually, a lot of people think that us Westerners, we undereat protein. Not true at all. Or overeat it. It's not true. We undereat it
Right.
often. So
We eat too
salmon-
many carbs, right?
way too many processed food, right? You know, and not enough of this good stuff.
Right.
Healthy fats in here, omegas, which we need, and certainly if we come from this part of the world, northern, Europeans, we need fish, right?
Because we're not
We need
getting
it.
enough sun.
We're not getting enough.
Yeah. And so when you're home, like, so do you guys eat junk food? Like, do you have, like, fish and chips?
Yes. And I think it's absolutely okay. It's absolutely.
She's having a cod bite.
I always say, you gotta have a little bit of fish and chips in your life, right? It can all be perfect, and our bodies, who cares about if we're skinny, big, whatever? We're all different. What's most important is that we are healthy on the inside. A little bit of fish and chips every now and then, it's fine.
Right.
I think a lot of people think that weight necessarily equals to healthy, and that's not true at all. It's what's going on the inside that's more important than what we look like on the outside. Exactly like a present. Beautiful, healthy present.
Exactly. And you can certainly do fish and chips in a different way. You can bake your potato, or you can use sweet potato, and you can also bake your fish. You don't have to deep fry it, right?
Well,
Because it helps.
I grew up around the bay, so it got to be deep fried.
You got the, it got to be deep fried.
It got to
right?
be deep fried. And I got 3 young kids that
So
like
I
to
always
fry
think that
dressed in
if
gravy.
it's really quickly in the fryer and out, it doesn't really get deep fried. It's kind
Not much.
of, That's what I always say. Oh, that was really quick. And it's very crispy. Sure, it can't be greasy. Because we use, at one of my restaurants, we use the salt and vinegar, gluten-free salt and vinegar potato chips as the crust on one of our fish.
Yum.
But it really does come out really crispy and light, and I think, oh, that has to be healthier because it's gluten-free.
Right, gluten-free does not equal healthy, but I hear you.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's good. So, Evan, what are you doing over there in your slaw? I can see you've got a bunch of stuff.
Well, I can't say I am. I got into the tendency to use a lot more peppers in my cooking. I got 3 kids that love the colorful peppers in everything.
Sure, that's good.
Which is great.
You might want to use this one. Oh, yeah, you got one of them. Well, look at you.
Well, I use the spatula as well, because if I'm at home, I get beaten with that spatula if I touch that non-stick pan. That's the lecture I get all the time at home. Which is great because I guess the bright colors might be what attracts them or whatever it is, but my kids don't look for the junk food, which makes things easier.
You know, because you've been training them younger.
I don't know if it's that. It's just, I just think for them, they don't look for the junk. Now, they're kids, so they're going to look for the junk, obviously, but...
But, you know, I think that when you're sort of taught that at a young age, you do tend to make better choices.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
Right? Because I look at some kids who are like, you know, I look at one of my sisters and her children, her little daughter, I mean, she really does choose healthy things all the time. It's, you know, she was raised that way, right?
Which one is that?
Gloria.
Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria eats very well anyway. And Sean does too. Like, well, we all try to. So I'm not saying I'm the worst. That's what I'm saying. I'm the worst. But I love all food. This is my problem.
And hey, you can cook. I think
that's also my problem. So I cook too much. So I eat too much.
I know.
It's cooking the right things too.
Yes.
Right?
But when you're testing recipes for a restaurant, for the general public, they all don't want healthy food, sadly. So. Right.
But you gotta enjoy life as well.
Right.
You do.
Exactly. So now tell me about this program that you're offering. So you're offering the nutritional
part of it,
and you're offering the personal training part.
The workout side, yes.
Okay, so tell me about this Fit to Eat.
So my part of it, a lot of people put up their workout videos, and it's them doing the workouts, people going through follow along, almost like fitness instructors.
Right.
What we offer is a little bit different than our side is, my wife sort of gets tortured. She does all the workouts. I bring her through them. And it's a lot of correcting.
She is a good woman.
She's a patient woman.
She is.
So there's a lot of taking her through the workouts, so there's a lot of teaching, a lot of correcting, a lot of the extra stuff you get as a trainer as well, rather than just follow along and try to keep up.
Right.
So that's a big thing about teaching people to do things properly rather than just follow along.
Trying to follow along. It's hard.
Which is
because you don't know how to do it
screen.
and you're trying to follow along. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Right? It's really hard to get into it, right? So yes, and that is helpful. And so Kathy, what do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table the nutrition side. I think what we both thought when we put this together, we were like, okay, he's,
There's 4 minutes left, by the way.
He specializes in what he does in personal training. I specialize in nutrition. Bringing them together is exactly what you want, right?
Right.
Because rather than there's so much, I know for nutrition, there's so much to know and to keep up on that you really need, to do that full time. So you can't be a jack of all trades. I assume that personal training is the same thing. You want to keep up on all the latest. So coming together, stay in each other's lane, in our own lanes.
That was the big thing.
Yeah.
Not one person trying to do it all, because you can't be the specialist at all of it. So put the two together.
Just like your wife and yourself in business together, right?
Yes.
Each one has their strengths.
You all have their strengths.
Yeah. So Kathy, what about this turmeric? Like, what is the value of turmeric to the diet?
I love turmeric. Turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory and has just everything tested, all the different spices that are tested. Turmeric is actually the most helpful in lowering internal inflammation.
So is it good for arthritis?
Is it very good for arthritis. In fact, there's some studies that have found it to be as effective as ibuprofen.
Okay.
Right? But
how much?
So we recommend about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon per day.
Okay.
Now that's hard to do.
Yeah.
But you can add it in. I added it today into a little bit of the cabbage slaw, the coleslaw. Make sure you add a pinch of pepper.
So you can add it to a mayo. You could add it to.
I added it to the mayo, mixed it in. It's also good on
eggs. Add
eggs.
to a smoothie if you're making a smoothie.
It's great. It's not, the flavor is not that strong. So as you know, right?
I like it.
So you can put it on your eggs.
I put it in my slaw all the time.
Make sure to add a pinch of pepper, and that is a really good tip for turmeric because that helps with the absorption.
Oh.
If you don't have turmeric with pepper, you will not absorb it as well.
Right. And so, Evan, if somebody was trying to get, like, say somebody was, say 100 pounds overweight, and they wanted to start, where's the best place they can start to get physically healthy again?
The big thing, I love to say that a great comes to your personal trainer. The first thing they got to do, once again, I said before, beat yourself. Get out and do something. And that's simple. Get out the door and go for a walk.
Start to move, yeah.
Start the move in something and find something you enjoy to do. Some people don't enjoy going to the gym or working out. That's part of it.
Right.
So the big thing is find something you love to do and get moving.
2 minutes left. So this is Kathy's already been plating the whole time.
I know, I'm plating.
So you're always saying more vegetables, more vegetables, more vegetables, more vegetables.
Exactly, which is what I'm adding in here. This is kimchi, right?
No, that's like kimchi. That is just like a little bruschetta kind of mixture.
Oh my gosh,
there is kimchi in the fridge, though.
Is there kimchi? It smells so good.
Yeah,
well, I know you like kimchi, so that's why I'm getting it.
There's more and more
And
rich.
there's vegetables in it, and there's definitely some prebiotics and probiotics for you. For your gut.
So what is the value of the fermented food?
So fermented food, exactly.
No, that's not kimchi either. There's a big jar of it in behind the sour cream, I think.
In between the sour cream.
Where you same shelf you were just on, just in behind it.
I can't find it, but the value in
there's some sauerkraut on the top. That will do the same thing for you.
oh, that will be just as good. So yeah, the value in this is certainly it's got
I got the breakthrough, I just don't use
the
it.
prebiotics that your gut bugs eat, right?
Well,
is the cabbage,
right?
And then there's probiotics. When you ferment anything, there's natural probiotics that get in. The probiotics are the good guys. They get down in your gut and they clean up all the mess down there. They help you poop and they help move things out, which is always good. And your gut, of course, is linked to so many other, benefits over your body. It
Makes you feel less bloated.
It does. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. And so, Evan, what have you got? It smells really good, I have to say. See, the maple syrup, I got to tell you, got my nose.
Oh,
It's just one of those things. It's like, I smell maple syrup.
I found the kimchi.
I do like kimchi. I make soup out of kimchi. I just take the kimchi that I buy. I add a broth, vegetable broth, and I add in some shrimp at the end. 10 seconds left. And then I make soup. It's like soup.
Exactly.
Soup.
That easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty that easy. Well, time is up, and that's fantastic. You both see, look what you did. Oh my God, I gotta have a look at these. And
Cheers, Evan.
yes, cheers to both of you. Well, that was fantastic fun.
It's the only nice time we can be.
When we come back, we'll see who wins. Stay tuned to Scoff Off. Welcome back to Scoff Off. Well, that was fantastic. And you say you don't cook. That looks great. And Evan's, yours looks fantastic too. Kathy's cooked for a little bit more people, maybe.
I heard you were hungry.
I am hungry. I'm always hungry. That's the thing I wanted to ask you though. You don't have to eat. You don't have to be hungry to want to eat though.
That is true. That is true. I mean, yeah.
I'm very rarely hungry, but I always want to eat.
Yeah, it's habit or emotion or just because you want to enjoy some food.
So where's your turmeric in here?
So my turmeric is in the mayo that I mixed with the kale slaw.
With the slaw.
And I love how it mixes with the runny egg.
It is cooked.
It is cooked, right?
I was proud.
I cook a lot of salmon.
You cook a lot of salmon. You took it off the stove really quickly, and I was dubious.
Were you?
I was.
And because overcooking salmon, as you know, it's a real no-no. So we'll find out now about Evan's.
I wouldn't worry about too much.
I'd be worried if I were you. Everybody knows not to overcook salmon. Everybody except Evan.
The one he had in the thing. Now, I'm not so sure what this does to your dish, though.
It's an extra vegetable. It's good for your gut.
Okay, right. But laying it on the side is
Yeah,
enough.
It's about
Just lay it
health, right?
I'm
Health
not quite
first.
sure. Now, your egg is a little
Taste
overdone,
Brenda.
in my opinion.
Your opinion. Pretty sure I sank my shift then when I went against the judge. I should have took Kathy's advice and probably just sucked up the whole time.
Okay, well, that's too much salmon. I gotta be able to talk afterwards. And your turmeric is in the coleslaw as well.
Coleslaw as well.
They both taste almost identical. The only difference is you have heat on yours, which I just caught in the back of my throat as I took my breath away. I didn't
A little bit of
realize
spice, yeah.
Right? What was that you put on there?
A little bit of Cajun.
A little bit of Cajun.
Oh, yum.
It's nice. Cajun's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, it is
I'm
really
impressed.
lovely.
I'm impressed.
Oh, this is a hard one.
I think Evan's nervous.
I'm nervous.
It's hard to beat the family.
We're family is all I'm saying.
It's right, and she could bring me wine.
True, I didn't. Yeah.
Today's winner is Kathy Ralph.
Rigged.
That's it for this episode of Scoff Off. We'll see you soon.
Rigged. Oh, everyone knew who the winner was before this even started. Once again, the booze, the family connection. Rigged right from the start.
I was, expecting to win, but I was still really happy, and she's my cousin.
I learned so much from these two healthy lifestyle coaches, but Kathy takes the win for her tasty salmon.
So, what do you have to say, Evan?
Rigged right from the start.
No congratulations?
Booze and family.
Nope.
Oh, congratulations. You won a rigged competition.
I think we've learned that copycatters never win.
They've been winning a lifetime. Have another drink. Have another drink.
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV. Enjoy exclusive content for free. Visit RogersAnyplaceTV.com.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams. Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up.
Hey, it's your boy DC, host of Rogers Out of the Fog, and you're not going to want to miss Tuesday at 7:30, a special interview with Joe Dominics and Jason Piercy.
I get the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation because it's good for my head too.
We can't wait to get an update. You're not going to want to miss it.
This is Rogers TV.